Hey, what's up YouTube? ProWe52 here, Valkyria. So, I've been recently experimenting with a lot of Conduit 2 sets, mainly because of the massive number of players that have been coming out due to school being out. So there's a lot more people to deal with. So I've been dealing a lot with um, trying to use more unique sets, which is why Phase Rifle has actually started to make me to become more dependent on Phase Rifle, and I've been using the Phase Rifle more as a primary weapon instead of Spaz, which, as I hope, is true, but I don't know because I don't know. But Boss Brennan says that apparently he and I are the top two best Spaz 12 players in the game, which would be totally awesome if it's true. But either way, yeah, I just hope it's true. I hope. Anyway, getting off topic. I've been so with this weapon, I have been having to practice more with quick scoping, and I have to say I've probably gotten significantly better. But yeah, still not quite as good as I want to be with it, so I'll probably be practicing with it a lot. But I've also been experimenting with Shrieker. Now, the reason for this video is that I'm going to talk about various Spaz loadouts. So, as you know, when I originally started this game, if you've faced me before, then this is probably the set you've seen me use. Frag, Double Ballistics, Metal Legs, and Supercharger. Now, originally when I talked about the Spaz, this is the primary set that I was talking about. Now here are some pros and cons. With double ballistics, you definitely have a lot of firepower. But firepower isn't everything because sometimes the bullets just don't hit. So even if you land a perfect shot, they may still survive the hit. And what's more irritating is that people that don't even run double ballistics can probably take you out as well. Now, the good thing is with Supercharger and Metal Legs combo, you can run infinitely and at a high pace. This makes it great to make a getaway in case you're going to lose health, and you probably will because with this set, accuracy is a huge problem, especially if you're used to using quickness and stabilizer, which we will talk about later. But anyway, so when you also the good part is that when you're battling someone, and as you know, jumping around makes it pretty difficult to land all the bullets from one pellet when you fire the spaz. Now, even though you may actually hit him directly, the game somehow doesn't register it as you effectively doing that. So that's why, on average, when you're on the ground when you fire your Spaz 12, it does more damage, which makes this a great set because this allows you to become extremely maneuverable and evasive while on the ground, which is quite important for Spaz. Now, on to the next one. Stabilizer with quickness. This is definitely a strong loadout, mainly because with a combination of quickness and stabilizer, you can aim very precisely, which is crucial to any battle. And quickness allows you to reload in case you run out of bullets from the USP during a fight with someone, and you need to quickly reload. Especially if you are dealing with many players, and you need to reload as fast as possible because they just keep coming at you and never stop. Now, the bad thing about this is that obviously you cannot have infinite running time, and you will not run very fast. So what you need to do is always capture the speed control point. But for any spaz loadout, generally capturing the speed control point should be your #1 priority, which is why you always see me in the videos try to get the speed control point as often as possible. Unfortunately, the speed control point, with the exception of certain arenas like Agartha, if you happen to be lucky enough to be having the speed control point on your side of the field, then other times usually the speed control point is one of the hardest ones to get because it leaves you out in the open for a very long time. For example, in Sanctum Prime, everybody knows that in the bottom level that's where all the action happens mostly, because it's a huge part of the battlefield, and it's simply just very popular, which makes it very difficult because people are always going through there, which means you always have to protect it. But anyways, moving on. And then one more example. With the crash site, you all know that the speed control point is right near those rocket engines from that UFO that landed. In other words, it's the valley that's between your base and your opponent's base. And that one is always troublesome because you're left out in the open with no coverage. Not only that, even if somebody hits that button inside the UFO, it fires the rockets and kills anybody. Even your teammates can kill you. Now, again, this also requires a lot of jumping because since you can't rely on speed, you need to rely on accuracy, which is very crucial to this set, which is why you have Stabilizer, which makes it quite powerful because you can overcome speed by delivering more exact shots. Now, let's see. Reverse damage. This set is quite useful because it allows you to survive a great number of people. However, this does have some drawbacks. For one, you only come out with 2 radiation grenades, so you have to know when to use those grenades. Second is that, yes, you won't have ballistics focus in order to boost your power, but again, it doesn't really matter. But the more important thing is, well, to be honest, it just is. There's a glitch in the game. So for one thing, if you use the reverse damage upgrade, somebody that hits you repeatedly actually forms a glitch in the game where, sorry, I'm blanking out right now, but it forms a glitch where the reverse damage upgrade no longer has its effect and actually kills you instead, which makes it really annoying because it counts as suicide, which lowers your kills. And then there's the explosive focus upgrade. Now this set is probably the bread and butter set for everybody that is using spaz, mainly because of the rocket launcher users, because it allows you to survive most hits from rocket launchers as well as grenades. Plus, I think it gives you a boost to your frag grenades, since those are counting as an explosives category. But the good thing about this is definitely that it helps you with rocket launchers. The bad thing is that, aside from boosting the power of your frag grenades, it doesn't really help that much. But in any case, now that we're on the focus of armor, let's go with this set. Now with this set, I recommend Supercharger to overcome the speed drop from heavy armor. And you'll see that this has Stabilizer as well. Now, we could have Metal Legs, but it's really not that important. Because as you can see, all it does is, yeah. Because all the Metal Legs does is allow you to keep running and running, but that's not really necessary if you're using a defensive loadout. Now, this is sort of good, but sort of not, because even though it does help you survive hits more, usually you don't need that extra defense. More so, you just need to be more offensive in speed. Now, the final loadout is probably, let's see, stealth. This set can be extremely annoying because although High Voltage Software created an upgrade, an update to their software so that you cannot run and still be under stealth mode, but you can only walk under normal speed. This set definitely has advantages since, as we all know, Spaz is about surprise, because it's a one-hit wonder. And if you don't so this can help you quite well. Another option is stealth and blinding powder. But blinding powder is probably not a good option unless you have the opponent cornered in the right place, because blinding powder blinds both you and your opponent. So if you blind yourself, it becomes quite difficult and forces you to rely on melee attacks, which means that you should probably go with something like improved melee. Now I believe that these are all the sets that there's one more, ammo salvage. Now with this, I recommend, I don't know, it doesn't really matter for secondary upgrades A and B, because you can use pretty much whatever you want depending on what you like. But ammo salvage, the pros are definitely that you won't run out of USP ammo, because with this set, it relies quite heavily on this, because this is pretty much like the only long-range shot that you can use, and you usually tend to rely on this a lot, and it becomes pretty frustrating under certain times, because you go through those bullets like no tomorrow. But ammo salvage probably isn't necessary unless unless you're going against like a bunch of noobs and you got a Reign of Terror going, because eventually, yeah, you're probably going to run out of ammo by then. But if you're dying at a pace that's enough for you to still have enough ammo by the time you die, then probably ammo salvage isn't the best set. But to be honest, it really isn't that necessary, because you can always use this to invest in explosive focus, heavy armor, reverse damage, and other stuff. Now, essence salvage could be possibly useful. However, it's not really that helpful because, yeah, you do want to regenerate your health right after your kills. However, if you want to do that, probably you should run with Metal Legs and Supercharger, because guaranteed you're probably going to run into more people after you kill that guy, which won't give you any time to do this. So this is probably like your best option if you ever want to run Essence Salvage. Now, let's see. Armory, not a really good option, because the Spaz 12 is already powerful, so you really don't need it. Capacitor, you don't need that at all. And Energy Focus, that doesn't even pertain to this set. Now, Ammo Belt, yeah, that could solve your problem with USP, but probably not, because you don't need it. Helmet, you don't really need, because headshots, come on. The only time you can deal with that is, usually it's luck if you're playing with a good player. And then Bomb Bag, you don't really need to rely on grenades that much, and penetration doesn't affect that much. Quickness, definitely useful. Supercharger, not really. Actually, no, it is useful. What am I talking about? Field Medicine, definitely not part of the plan. Mending, you don't want to stay in one place. So, yeah, definitely not useful either. Finally, light armor, yeah, that's useful. Improved melee, actually all of these are useful except for improved explosives, and then improved energy and phase tuning. Because you should never use an energy weapon with the spaz, and in explosives, that's only if you want to improve the blast radius of your frag grenades. But that's like if you want to find any use for it at all. But other than that, yeah, just try those sets because I think that they are pretty. Because I think that you have a lot of options to use, so it's going to be pretty awesome. And actually, I'm going to start. I think I'm going to start trying some of these sets. Might try with Essence Salvage first because I want to see how that works. But anyway, so thanks for viewing, and hopefully you'll enjoy the spaz as much as I do after this video. See ya.